What's up, everyone? This is Josh from East West Healing. Today I want to talk about gallstones and its relationship to cholesterol and bilirubin. Now, of course, we understand that when people think they have gallstones, that the thing you need to do is start pumping olive oil into the body and lemon juice and doing the gallbladder cleanse. Once again, though, we're chasing the effect. We have to think what is causing that, right? And also what is causing us to want to do that cleanse. So if you want to understand that relationship, stick around. All right, guys, so let's jump in. What is the relationship between cholesterol, bilirubin, and gallstones? Now, of course, it's really complex, and if you want to read a little bit more, check out the description because I put a lot of verbiage down there. But here's the thing. Let's talk about cholesterol first. Cholesterol has a seesaw relationship to copper. This is based off the work of Leslie Klevay. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that anytime the amount of bioavailable copper goes down in the body, you're going to see a rise in cholesterol. Why? Well, copper allows us to produce a lot of antioxidants, and those antioxidants allow us to fight off free radicals and inflammation in the body. That happen to us every day. That happen to us through normal biological processes, like, for instance, when you convert thyroid hormone, when you produce energy, when you activate enzymes. Free radicals are produced, but your antioxidants there to constantly clean stuff up. The problem is if you can't activate these certain enzymes like cytochrome oxidase, superoxide dismutase, glutathione peroxidase, what happens is we get more inflammation, so cholesterol is naturally going to rise. Because copper's down, we can't activate those antioxidants. At the same level, if we can't produce copper-rich antioxidants to fight inflammation, more inflammation, we're naturally going to get that rise in cholesterol because it's an antioxidant, helps us produce a lot of our steroidal hormones to fight inflammation. So it goes both ways, right? If we have low copper, you're going to have high cholesterol. If we have stress in the system, if we can't activate these enzymes because we don't have enough copper, cholesterol is going to go up. We can't produce these antioxidants, right? And it really just comes down to that. It's that seesaw relationship, right? If we're living in this metabolic state, we're finding balance, we're creating health, we're able to produce antioxidants, we're going to have that normal, balance. If we're chronically stressed, we're living beyond our means, we're writing checks our body can't cash, cholesterol is naturally going to go up because stress and ACTH and cortisol affect copper metabolism as well. But chronic inflammation, right? Anytime you see high cholesterol, you think inflammation in the system. And this is important, right? Because at the same time, we talk about bilirubin, which is a yellowish pigment that is naturally produced when we kind of break down red blood cells, but we produce them again through the signal erythropoietin through the adrenals, which is regulated by copper, so we can keep producing them. But it's actually been shown this yellowish pigment, which is found in gallstones, is produced in excess when there's a lot of inflammation in the body. That inflammation causes the production of oxidative, which stimulates the production of bilirubin because it's considered an antioxidant and a protection against inflammation. Now, what is their correlation? The correlation really comes down to our recycling systems, energy production, and iron recycling. And let's just call this inflammation, or let's call it the production of energy at the cell level. Because when we're living in a way to meet our needs, we're not writing checks our body can't cash. We're not saying perfection, right? We're getting foods with retinol, tons of minerals, different minerals. We're getting enough copper. We can activate oxygen to produce energy. We can produce our antioxidants to regulate that seesaw relationship. This is good, right? And that copper as well can control the production and replacement of red blood cells, right? So we don't get that overproduction of bilirubin. But when we don't, what happens? We can't produce energy. We can't produce antioxidants. We can't activate the DO enzyme to clear out histamines. We get a lot of histamine reactions. We can't recycle iron because iron recycling is a copper-rich driven process. So anytime copper goes down, cholesterol goes up. But anytime copper is down, we know we have an iron recycling issue. I'm not going to say iron's high. We're just an iron recycling issue. But iron is very inflammatory in the system, right? It's very inflammatory if we have a recycling issue, or we, let's say, are storing it away in the tissues, which over time, if you have a recycling issue, you will. it causes inflammation. It turns that little bonfire into 500,000 acre forest fire. That inflammation, right, can disrupt red blood cells. It can affect how we stimulate erythropoietin because we don't have the copper, but it of course causes inflammation, which research shows causes more hemoxygenase, which causes bilirubin to go up. So is that gallbladder cleanse the best thing for you? No, you're chasing your effect. What is the best thing? The best thing is to take a look at how you're living so you can meet your needs. So you're not writing checks your body can't cash, right? So you're not working out when you're exhausted. So you're taking time out. You're creating a life that's fun, right? Your life is health. You shouldn't have to chase your health. And if you live in a way to meet your needs, little by little, that little becomes a lot. You de-stress the system, you damper it down. You're not going to affect the minerals, and you automatically reduce inflammation. Of course, when we eat to meet our body's needs, it's like stoking a fire. If you want to create a fire so you're nice and warm in your house and you're only eating 2 times a day, or you're snacking, of course, think about it. You're not going to get the most warm house in the world. We have to make sure we fuel ourselves. We have to make sure we do it in a way to meet our needs because we're human and we need food. And if we're not getting enough food or enough mineral-rich food, which activate all the enzymes in our system, then we can't regulate our cholesterol, we can't regulate our bilirubin, we can't recycle iron, and thus we have inflammation, and over time, we create gallstones. As always, if you have questions, put them below. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.